What's going on, podcast? In this episode, we have 7 ways that you are probably wasting your money on your fitness goals and how to fix it. All of these things that we're going to share, we are guilty of. So The goal is to help you use our hindsight as your foresight so that you don't make these mistakes and you can avoid them the best you can. You can save money, you can hit your goals, and stop using money as an excuse to not be healthy. So you'll want a pen and paper handy for this one. If you don't have a way to take notes, then pause this episode and come back when you can take notes, because there's a lot of helpful tips that we're going to share here that'll help you save money on your fitness journey. This is superset your life, not just superset your body, not just superset your biceps and your triceps, although that is a very good superset. Sometimes we do shoulders and biceps. Anyway, this is superset your life. So we talk about health and fitness on this podcast. This is everything that you need, your weekly dose of supersetting your life inside and beyond the gym. All right, so we're going to get into 7 different ways that you're wasting money, and every subject that we hit on, we're going to talk about solutions and ways to work around it. And then we're going to share 5 additional solutions at the end to help you problem solve, and things that we've had to do, things that our clients have done, things that we've taught, stories that we've heard of ways to be able to make your health a priority within your budget. Ready?
Cool. Let's do it.
Okay. So first one is the obvious one: supplements that do not work. I put a poll out on my Instagram story asking for what's the biggest waste of money that you spent on your fitness journey, and the first 5 responses that I got was all people saying BS supplements, BS supplements, BS supplements. So, there are a couple supplements that are helpful. Do you need any supplements? No, absolutely. But first and foremost, just supplements that don't work. So things that I was taking this is going to bring back some bad memories, huh, babe?
So many supplements.
Yeah. Okay. So when I first competed in my first season of natural bodybuilding, I was looking for all these ways to boost testosterone naturally, because I didn't realize how much it dives when you do a natural show prep if you go about it the wrong way. I was doing way too much cardio. I was binge eating. I was not consistent with my diet. And so there were a lot of factors that just really wrecked my hormones. And
but we still got pregnant somehow.
Yeah, and I don't even know how that happened. I mean, I know how it happened, but that was pretty impressive. Yeah, because I can count on both hands. You get to know us pretty well in the area of bodybuilding. When we're talking about our bodies and our health, and especially when you take every aspect of your health and your body into consideration up and through a show, whether it's you going through a show or somebody coaching you through a show.
You get personal.
Yeah, you get pretty personal. So if you listen to our podcast enough, you're going to hear a lot of personal stuff, and this is one of them. So my performance was not the best in 2017 when I started competing. So let's just say that. Anyway, so I was going on YouTube and looking for all these ways that I would hear about to boost testosterone naturally. This is, again, before hiring a coach. First one was ashwagandha. And this ashwagandha root extract, it can be taken as a powder, which is really disgusting. It can be taken as a capsule. And it's the root of some like superfood plant. And it's the only one that's scientifically proven that actually helps maintain testosterone levels in males over long periods of chronic dieting and cardio, which again is what I was guilty of. It's been shown to reduce anxiety. It's been shown to regulate mood. It's been shown to help focus. And I actually still use this one today for this reason. And so
we both
Taylor.
take it. Yeah.
Yeah. It can be really, really overrated. People will be like, oh yeah, no, this added this much to my bench, this much to my deadlift. Like, that's called a placebo, bro. It's not a miracle pill. But it is something that I've found really helpful, and it's really cheap too. The ones that we use and that we represent now are $7. Wait, no, sorry, that's our cost. All right, you didn't hear that. But I think our retail cost on those is like $12 or $13 or something. We beat Amazon's prices, so our profit margins are really, really slim. We have to, otherwise people will just go on to Amazon. So
yeah.
Anyway, link to those on our website, supersetyourlife.com. We have ashwagandha root. There you go. But these are unnecessary if you don't have anxiety, low testosterone, or any other like reason to take it. Makes it hard for us to sell supplements when we talk about supplements like this, because we're honest about what works and what doesn't work. But at the end of the day, we're in the people business, not the supplement selling business.
Yeah.
We're in the business of the superset your life business. Cool. Okay. Next one is epicatechin.
Oh my gosh.
A myostatin inhibitor. Name. Yeah, this one was $60, $70 bucks.
It's so expensive.
For a 30-day supply. I'm not going to say the name of the company, but you can look it up. That's probably the first company that comes up. Anyway, myostatin inhibitors. Yeah, there's all these studies that are done that if you reduce myostatin, so what myostatin is it's a hormone that your body produces to reduce the amount of muscle that you build, so that you don't build so much muscle that it's unhealthy, right? In the sport of bodybuilding and even aesthetics, if you're not stepping on stage, our goal is to have more muscle than we need. Let's just be honest. It's to have an aesthetic appearance. It's to have confidence. You get to a point to where you have enough muscle to where you can mow the lawn. You can do all the stuff that you need to do every day. But I mean, I'm an athlete, I like to push myself, and most of the people that we coach are athletes. So for that reason, we want to have more muscle than what our bodies really want us to have. The idea is that if you supplement epicatechin, that will reduce the amount of myostatin that you have, and it inhibits your body's production of myostatin. Now, according to Lane Norton, who is the leading authority on the science of muscle hypertrophy, look up Lane Norton. All of his content is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Creatine and weightlifting both reduce myostatin. So it's like BCAAs. I mean, I didn't even put BCAAs on this list. We could do another whole podcast on how much of a joke those are. But do they help? Okay, yeah, sure, maybe. But I mean, not like it's not like it's marketed.
Yeah.
So when it comes to myostatin, I mean, if you're taking creatine, if you're lifting weights, you're probably good. Like, you don't need to supplement anything to mess with your hormones. That's probably not going to work anyway. There's no science that proves that actually works. Okay. And it never
Laxogenin.
And it never worked for me either. Laxogenin. This is another plant-based anabolic compound that's, according to WebMD. I pulled this up in preparation for this podcast, but on WebMD, there's a quote: "Some people think that it might promote muscle growth in humans. However, there is no evidence to actually support this." And I can vouch for that too. Did nothing for me. Okay, maca root powder. And I'm making it sound like I had a really bad physique my first season. I mean, I had a good physique. I just never got lean enough. I was the leanest guy on stage at most of my competitions my last year after I hired a coach. But this first one, muscularity was there, but these are just all of the BS stuff, BS things that I was putting in my body, plant extracts, trying and hoping and praying that it was going to give me an edge and help me through these first couple shows. So were you going to say something, babe?
Oh, just about the taste of maca root powder.
This stuff is disgusting. It tastes like dirt. So it's a plant superfood that's supposed to boost testosterone, and I can't find any support to this, nor do I think it ever
So
worked.
how did you decide to start taking it?
I don't know. I think I heard it on YouTube or something. This is years ago. I just remember that I was taking it, and I was like, I'm hoping this stuff works.
Yeah.
And
you just wanted something.
Yeah. I mean, the time that I spent researching that would have been better used just sleeping, and that would have set me up more hormonally than trying to find some sort of like weird plant extract that has this legend of being able to make you a superhuman. So probably somewhere that I don't remember too. Anyway, I did the math. Both of us did the math, and it was because an enhanced athlete actually brought this to my attention, and he was like, "How much money are you spending on all this stuff?" And I told him everything, and we did the math together, and all this came out to 5 times as much as what an enhanced athlete would pay for TRT, which, if you don't know what that is, it is exogenous testosterone replacement therapy, which of course I didn't do because it's on the banned substance list. That would disqualify me from being able to compete in actual shows. And so looking back, I'm just like,
you were between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, it was
you were just like trying to figure out what you could do.
Just so much information. I didn't know what to believe, what not to believe enough. I was like, if there's any chance of this stuff working, then I'm going to take it. That's kind of where I was at. And I find that's where a lot of people are at. A lot of our clients come to us and they're like, hey, I'm taking this, I'm taking this, I'm taking this, I'm taking this. I'm like, oh man, that reminds me of me when I started. I'm like, all right, stop taking that. As a matter of fact, just stop taking all of it. Get on a meat-based diet. If you're eating a lot of carbs right now, keep eating carbs. That's fine. Just clean up your diet.
So I read a post on Instagram yesterday from Danny Vega. If you guys aren't following him, you really should. He's awesome. He's big in the keto world, in the carnivore world, and we love his stuff. But his post essentially was talking about the reason, basically just like the whole thing behind it was about a bunch of like studies done with how bodybuilders, like if you look at what they eat, it's simple because that's the easiest thing to follow. And I think, today's world is so obsessed with making these complicated recipes and this and that. And, don't get me started on like the emotions behind it because that's another topic in itself. But it's like anytime when we were in the early days of meal prepping, I remember we would make all kinds of meals. Like remember when we would do your burritos, and this is obviously not the most healthy thing, but like we would on Sundays were like dedicated to meal prep, and we spent the entire day meal prepping.
Mass production meal prep day.
Yeah, like I remember like we could it was so hard to make the time to go to church because we had this big black cloud looming over our head of this huge day of meal prep because we would do all this stuff, and it was so complicated where if we would have just stuck with a meat, a carb, and vegetables, that would have been fine.
Yeah. There's a reason so many bodybuilders just literally eat chicken and rice every day.
Yeah, because it's easy.
It's simple. It's
you don't
easy.
have
it's
to
the
think
same
about
thing
it
every day. Yep, it tastes good too. Because if you're like, oh, that sounds terrible. Yeah, but if you're training hard and if you stop eating junk, then the food that you are eating just tastes 10 times better. On the days that I train, my steak tastes amazing. On the days that
you train every day.
I know. Every now and then I take a rest day by force because I can't get to it. And so whenever I have my rest day by force, then it's just like my food. It literally the taste is different. It doesn't taste as good if I didn't earn it. But when my body is just craving it and it wants that recovery, it doesn't matter what it is. It tastes good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think the day that we did, like the times we decided to just keep it simple, which honestly has been in the last year. Once you left your job,
it's gotten more and more simple over time.
Yeah, like our life has we've had to simplify everything, and it's made like not that our meals taste bad, we make them taste good. Like we don't want to just eat this plain crap, but like we make it taste good, but it's simple. Like my meals every day are ground beef, egg wraps, some cheese, some onions for some flavor, some seasoning. I'll do chicken and salad. Like it's simple. It's something easy that we can stick to. And we don't overwhelm ourselves with all these things that we have to do, plus expensive ingredients.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. And a whole bunch of different ingredients too.
Yeah.
You end up wasting half of it because it goes bad or you just forget that you have it. You don't need a whole bunch of different ingredients to be able to have a good diet that really works for you. One of the best resources that I grabbed when I was on my last season of competing was the Sweet Potato Diet by Michael Morelli. I'm not affiliated with this gentleman by any means, but we've talked a little bit. He's a super, super nice guy. But he wrote this book called The Sweet Potato Diet, and it's a pretty well-known book. And it has all these different recipes of everything that you can do with the sweet potato, and it is absolutely amazing. So literally
all the things we did with sweet potatoes.
Yeah, it was literally just like that. That was my fuel for all my last shows was sweet potatoes.
His birthday.
No, I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had sweet potato shepherd's pie,
that was so good.
bourbon sweet potatoes, lemon poppy seed sweet potatoes, sweet potato muffins, sweet potato brownies, sweet potato Christmas cookies, pumpkin spice sweet potatoes, and my sweet potato birthday cake.
And we did sweet potato waffles and sweet potato pancakes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
Yeah, but like one of his first shows is last year competing. It was his first show the week before your competition. So you were on peak week, and I was like, all right, what do you want for your birthday? Obviously we can't make cake. He's like, I want a sweet potato cake. Yep. And I was like, all right. So we just chopped up a bunch of sweet potatoes, spiced that sucker up, and you threw some yogurt on top. It was a big pan.
That thing was bomb.
Yeah. Like multiple pounds of sweet potatoes, but yeah, it worked.
I haven't had a sweet potato in well over a year now too, and it's just been nothing but meat and a few vegetables here and there, maybe a little bit of fruit here and there, and some yogurt, and it's gotten even more simple, and it's gotten even better. It's gotten even easier to stick to. Yeah, I love it.
I do too.
I
haven't gotten bored of it yet. When I was at the health food store the other day, I saw those purple sweet potatoes that we used to get all the time. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, those are so good.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah,
Murasaki sweet potatoes.
No, the purple flesh ones.
Those are good too. But the Murasaki is the better.
Yeah.
The purple with the white flesh, the really, really sweet ones, those are the best. But I mean, I've never eaten a sweet potato I don't like though. So
yeah.
All right. So most people want a variety because they're bored with their food. You know, maybe you can relate to this. We used to be like this too.
Yeah.
But if you, like I said, if you're training hard, you're not bored with your food. Like you love good, nutritious food. Yeah. And if you cut out all of the junk, then you really appreciate the nutrition that you're eating.
Well, and I think it's a mindset shift of training for the emotional fulfillment of eating versus when you eat, you're fueling your body, which is how our mindset has shifted to how it's going to perform at its most peak.
Exactly.
So,
yep, you are correct. So a quality meat-based diet can be very, very affordable. It doesn't have to be expensive because you're not wasting anything. And if you include carbs, they're cheap. So that's okay. Sweet potatoes, rice. I mean, these aren't expensive. Bread's expensive. Yeah. Doctor bills are expensive. If you have a good quality diet of low inflammatory carb sources, then you're gonna be overall healthier. You're gonna be spending less money fixing the problem, and you're gonna be more proactive about being healthy on the front end of it. Yeah. So, okay, number 3 out of 7 is protein bars and energy drinks.
Oh, and protein cookies.
And protein cookies.
Larry's yes. And whatever. Lenny and Larry's.
No, we don't want to get sued. So.
Sorry.
So protein bars, like you're usually better off with a Snickers bar and a piece of chicken when you compare what's actually in the ingredients. The labels are so deceptive. Mm-hmm. They're not cheap, and you're way better off with whey protein isolate. No pun intended there, but
you'll feel better too.
Yeah, a good whey protein isolate. It's just pure protein. Again, we have those on our website too. We have iso powder, the peanut butter flavor. Man, that stuff is good.
So
stuff is we sold out of that stuff fast, and so we placed another order, and then we sold those, and then we have another order coming along the way, and so we are plenty well stocked up on peanut butter flavor
and birthday cake,
chocolate cupcake, and birthday cake.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, we're
about to make some birthday cake waffles.
I know, we're like little kids when it comes to our protein flavors. So, like I said, you can grab those on our website as well. If you are a client of ours, you get 10% off because we love you and you're awesome. All right. And protein bars, they're just not healthy. The ingredients in them, all of the preservatives, the fat that's in them, most of them have more than 10 grams of fat, and it's not the kind of fat that you want. It's not cod liver oil. It's not avocado. It's not omega-3s. It's just junk.
Saturated and polyunsaturated junk.
Yeah, exactly. And that stuff is worse for you than sugar. It's really, really bad.
Well, let alone it's filled with soy and all the other bad preservatives that you don't need in your body that make your gut feel like crap.
Yeah.
So
yeah, wrecks your gut health.
Yeah.
Okay. Energy drinks. And also coffee stands, the Starbucks too. We could throw this in the same category, but at the gym it's expensive. So yesterday, like they charge you up the what for it because you're there and you're like, oh man, like I'm halfway through my workout and I need some more energy, and so you'll pay anything for it. I bought a Bang at Gold's mid workout yesterday, and I got the receipt in my email, and it was $4.61 for an energy drink. Yep.
Those are like $1 at Winco, aren't they?
Yeah, they should be.
Oh my gosh.
And for an energy drink, that's honestly not that good of ingredients either. So
and a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, way more caffeine than what you need.
Yeah.
So I did math, and if you obviously nobody would do this, and if you do, then this is gonna clean up your budget more than anything.
Yeah.
But if somebody did do that for 30 days, it would be $138 a month just in energy drinks. So,
well, in the average Starbucks coffee, let's say it's like $4. So 4 times 30, $120 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. So ask yourself, this is just something for you to ask yourself, do you have a daily coffee stand ritual? Taylor and I used to get Americanos all the time when we first moved to Vancouver. And we realized how much we were spending, and we were like, okay, this needs to stop.
Well, and we can make better coffee at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. And then ask yourself, do you have any other daily spending that's unnecessary? So, okay, story time. Todd, one of our Seattle clients, has been with us for 2 months now. He's had a monthly subscription to a very high quality protein pre-workout and creatine supplement company and then we showed him our metabolic nutrition supplements, how they are better quality than what he was getting, and how upon sign up he would receive 10% off as a client. So it saved him a whole bunch of money, and it helped him budget out his additional cost of hiring us as his coaches.
Yeah.
He likes these products better than what he was using before, and his results now, man, oh man, like I'm talking about this guy like all the time to Taylor. I was like, babe, like look at what he's doing. Like, babe, look how much stronger he is on his, like, look at his form. Like, look how much better he is.
Yeah.
He's so this guy does. This guy is one of the most athletic dudes that I know. He's just a freak. He's an acrobat. He does acrobatics, and he does this, like, he does shows, acrobatic shows. He does stunts and things with his body where I just look at him like I would snap myself in half if I tried doing that kind of stuff. So he's already done quite a bit of weightlifting. So he's no dummy in the gym either. It's not like he's a beginner just getting newbie gains, but he came to us because he wanted to get shredded. And so we cleaned up his diet and his supplements. He's still eating a whole bunch of carbs, like a lot of carbs. He's eating so many carbs that he gets sick of chewing them all up. So he blends it up with his fish in a blender and drinks it. And I have
that was not suggested by us.
Yeah, no, I didn't tell him to do that. But he was like, can I do this? And I was like, you define your quality of life, brother. I'm not going to define that for you. So, and he's eating a lot of meat and very, very strategic meal timing. So basically we have him in the morning, he's fasted doing his abs and his cardio. So he's in a fat burning state because he's in a calorie deficit right now. Everybody says, oh, you can't build muscle in a calorie deficit. I'm like, okay, well, look at this guy. He's proof. Look at what I'm doing right now. I mean,
me too.
Yeah. If you, all you need to build muscle in a calorie deficit is protein, water, sleep, a stimulus. I think that's it. You don't need anything else. You do not need a calorie surplus to build muscle. Taylor's been building muscle like crazy over this last year. Pretty much every single workout.
9 months.
Yeah, every single workout for Todd for sure. And this guy's biceps are getting bigger, his arms are getting bigger, and we're staying ahead of the ball. So we're giving him more and more advanced training techniques every single workout, and supplements are on point, his diet's on point, every single meal is there for a reason. I mean, he's training like a bodybuilder right now, and his results are just incredible. So he's been losing an average. He wasn't fat either. He wants to see his abs. So he's been losing an average of 2.7 pounds a week. We've been tracking all of this. It's going to be an amazing transformation when he's done.
16 pounds
in
6 weeks.
16. He's down 16 pounds in 6 weeks.
That's amazing.
As of a couple of days ago, last time we checked in. His deadlift, squat, and bench all increase every single workout. Like I said, biceps are getting bigger and bigger. Ab definition is coming in. This guy's confidence is going through the roof right now. He is on fire at what he's doing right now. He's feeling better and better. His joints feel better because he's not eating chicken strips anymore. He's not eating the junk that he was at lunch. He's cleaned up his diet. He's saving money, and he is absolutely crushing it right now.
Right.
So I'm super proud of this guy. Okay, brings us to number 4, which is cheap workouts and cheap meal plans. Lane Norton says, if you hire a professional, if you think that hiring a professional coach is expensive, then try hiring an amateur coach. Mm-hmm. I'll say it again. If you think that hiring a professional coach is expensive, then try hiring an amateur coach. It was by Lane Norton. So I spent more money my first year of competing without a coach than I did my second year with a coach. Mm-hmm. I know it's hard to believe, but here's why. Because my coach helped me identify weak points, pose properly, get a mind-muscle connection that was just plain impossible to get from reading books and watching YouTube. And I just needed someone to push me and to hold me accountable. Alfred helped me to make progress that would have taken twice as long without him, and twice as much time equals twice as much money on all the costs of being able to hit my fitness goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ask yourself.
Let alone mm-hmm. the emotional support that he gave you.
Yeah.
That you needed. That was hard for me to give you.
That was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
We would pray together before competitions. He was my brother, and we'll go to battle for each other. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the kind of relationship that a coach and a client really should have.
Well, and he helped save you from your eating disorder.
From eating disorder, absolutely.
Yeah. We love you, Alfred, if you're listening to this.
Yeah. So ask yourself, is your training program specifically designed to your goals, to your genetics, to your lifestyle, to your available equipment, and to your food and your preferences? Because if you start, then stop, then start, then stop, then you're wasting all of your time and money. Which brings us to point number 5, which is inconsistency.
Yeah.
The hardest part of a workout program is just getting started.
Yep.
But once these habits are in place, then you have the momentum. Mm-hmm. If you start over and over again, then you're only doing the hardest part and you're not doing the easiest part. You're killing yourself.
Yeah.
This wastes all your time and all your money. So what's the solution for this? Accountability. Couple ideas on how to go about doing that. is when you make a decision to transform the way you look and to change your habits and have a healthier lifestyle, superset your life, then tell all your friends and your family about your commitment. Because once they know, first of all, they're hopefully going to be more supportive. If they're really your friends and if they really love you, then they'll understand and they'll be supportive, and they're not going to be pushing you to fall off the wagon and to eat junk and to drink, or I don't know, do whatever it is that they're doing. And then it also, once you throw it out there, then you're going to stick to it. Because you're like, okay, everybody knows what my commitment is now. And then if it's a month later and everybody goes, hey, how's your diet going? You're like, oh, I quit.
Yeah.
Then, I'd encourage you not to do that because you don't want to have that conversation. So set boundaries too. When you go out to a restaurant, it's like, hey, I just want everybody to know I'm on this new workout program, this new diet program. I'm really trying to make some positive changes in my life right now. So I'm not going to be having bread. I'm going to be having a side of salad instead, and instead of fries. And I just want everybody to know that. So please don't offer me whatever it is that you're having, or ask me for dessert, because the answer is no.
Yeah.
And I think you'd be surprised at how people really respect where you're coming from.
Yeah. And if they don't, then are they really your friend?
Yeah. And people worried about like being judged too, being judged for going in the gym, being judged for following a good diet plan. And it's like, what, I understand if that's what you feel like, but maybe this is something that is encouraging to you. I hope that it is, but, I don't know one person in the gym that's fit that judges people that aren't fit. I really don't. And I know a lot. I've been to a lot of gyms and I know a lot of people that work out, and I can't think of one person that legitimately looks down upon somebody that's out of shape in the gym.
No, because if they're there, they're there to make positive changes. Yeah. You're proud of them.
You're happy for them.
Yeah.
And you've probably been there before too. And so you just see,
I was.
Yeah. You just see nothing but potential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, when you after our last pregnancy, when you made the decision to get back to the shape that you were in, before the pregnancies, it was hard for you to think that it was really possible to do it. Yeah. But me coming out of a couple of shows of just being in the best shape of my life, I'm like, oh, this is nothing. It's just a matter of math. It's just a matter of getting back to these positive habits and everything. And the pregnancies were really, really rough. And so we're not like saying that we're not saying that it was our fault. We're not saying that it wasn't our fault. We're just saying that, okay, this is what we have to work with, and this is how we can fix it. Mm-hmm. So you've been doing that for a year, and you're 9 months. for 9 months. Yeah, not even a year.
Started in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even want to take a progress picture because I didn't even I didn't even want to take my first picture because I didn't think I could even follow through with it. Mm-hmm. I'll remember when I got to a week of working out straight and not giving up, I was so proud of myself. And I knew when I could do that I could do a month, then I could do a few months, and here I am.
Yeah.
9 months and 40 pounds later.
Yep.
And counting.
Yep. And then of course, seeking accountability from a coach or a friend that cares. I mean, even if you don't hire a coach, a friend is better than nothing. And just somebody that's in shape, or maybe somebody that you look up to, and that you can ask, or even if it is a coach, but you're not like ready to commit to a coaching program, just ask them and talk to them. And I talk to people all the time that I'm not even training, offering advice and helping. And I love seeing people make positive changes. I really, really do. At the end of the day, that's why we're in this business, because if we wanted to make a bunch of money, we wouldn't be in personal training. We'd be in real estate, or we'd be in some other business. We'd be doing cryptocurrency. Everybody's like, oh, you really got to get on the crypto game. You really got to get on the crypto game. And I'm like, yeah, my heart wouldn't be in it though. And I would make mistakes, and I don't feel like I would do it right. I haven't felt God calling me to go that direction. I felt God calling me to do this, which is why we're here. So if you do cryptocurrency, good for you. It's probably really smart that you're doing that. So, okay. Overusing the gym, point number 6. Now you can, I know it sounds kind of weird coming from me, but you can overuse the gym. And what I mean by that is, like, you go to the gym and you see people doing push-ups or you see people doing jump rope. And I'm like, why? Like, you can do that at home. You see people stretch at home, like, stretch outside, and at least you're in the sun, and you can
vitamin D.
Yeah, put your feet in that nice green grass. While we still have it here before the weather gets too cold, and get that circadian rhythm going. But why would you be inside the gym to do stuff that you could do outside of the gym? It drives me nuts when I see this. I mean, if you really just like being in the gym and it's just like the environment and that's kind of why you like to go there, then great. I can, I can kind of see that. But more trips to the gym, that's more gas, that's more time. You're going to burn out faster. It's like, if you really like going to the gym, just save it for the times that you really want to go. And so make sure you don't get burned out doing it. But just some ideas, like you can do outdoor cardio, at least right now, if the weather's good. I mean, even if the weather's not good.
You do outdoor cardio all
Yeah.
day.
So Saturday, we walked to the park, which is a couple miles from our house. And it
was raining all day before.
Yeah.
Or a whole entire day before.
And so I had 8-pound ankle weights on each leg. So I got a good workout just walking and pushing the kids there. But then it just started dumping rain. And I had read Wim Hof's book not too long ago about how this guy runs marathons barefoot in Antarctica.
In his boxers or something.
Yeah, in his boxers, and how he sits in ice baths for like over an hour and just does all this weird, crazy stuff that like no human being thinks that they're really able to do, because he believes in pushing his body beyond what it is used to in the form of elements, and the form of cold therapy and heat therapy. And so I was pretty motivated, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to have my headphones or anything. I can't even listen to a podcast right now. I'm just going to spend some time with God, and I'm just going to pray, and I'm just going to run all the way home with these 8-pound ankle weights.
Yeah, because you had to go get the car because it was just dumping.
Yeah, I was just really feeling motivated and inspired and ready for a challenge too. And it was a rest day too, so I was like, all right, I got to do something hardcore today. And yeah, when I about halfway through, I felt like my legs were about to snap off. My calves were just screaming. My body just felt like a wreck. It was freaking cold outside. I was just, covered in rain and just soaking wet. People are driving by like, what is this guy doing? And yeah, 8 pounds on each leg too. It's just like nothing my body was used to. Just a huge wake up call. But I made the decision, and I was already halfway home, and I was like, there's no turning back now. There's only one way home, and this is just running home so I can get the car and then go pick up Taylor and the kids. So I felt like a hero that day. You made me feel like a hero. I was a wreck the next day. My legs are just shot, and they're still sore from that.
Sure.
But it was a good experience, though. I mean, there's something to be said about going to the gym, going through the motions, doing all the same stuff, and then just doing something totally out of left field. So I know we're getting a little off track here, but my point in saying that is there's a lot that you can do outside the gym that you don't have to spend the gas and the money and all the time going back and forth to the gym, that you can do that doesn't cost any money at all.
Well, and we do family walks almost every day. Mm-hmm. And especially when it's nice, like that's my cool down cardio is a walk with the kids, because I get time with them. They get out of the house. Like it's much better than sitting in the gym. I mean, I probably should do more stair stepper, but it's better than that.
All right. I mean, anything body weight, you can do that at home, especially abs. I already talked about Todd's workout. Oh, yeah. So Todd's workout program, this is just one of our clients that I'm most excited about right now, because this guy's results are just like freaking off the charts. But his home workout split, he works out at home every morning doing body weight stuff and abs, because he's in a fat burning state. And so we're targeting his abs for fat loss in the morning, which is a very, very advanced technique that like is really splitting hairs and isn't even really worth this amount of detail unless you're already really lean and everything else is completely in place. But he's fasted in the morning, doing his cardio in a fat burning state, and then he eats a couple meals full of carbs, and then he has his workout in the late afternoon, and then carbs and protein right after that. So that's how we're burning fat and building muscle at the same time. But we're making the most of his busy work schedule, because he's a very, very busy professional. He's a dad, somebody that I respect in a lot of ways. So, yeah. Also, jump rope. It's one of the most effective types of cardio you can possibly do. Is just a jump rope. Costs $5. Go to Big Five. Go to Play It Again Sports.
Walmart.
Go to OfferUp. You could probably make one. Get yourself a jump rope. Use an extension cord. Okay. Number 7 brings us to the last one, is unnecessary equipment.
Gosh, that's a lot.
Yeah, okay. So there's some essentials here for a beginner. I think every beginner needs to have these things, either a logbook or an app or some way to track your workouts. Okay, you need a water bottle, you need athletic shoes, you need gym clothes, and you need headphones because let's face it, most gyms, the music pretty much always sucks.
Yeah.
So unless you're at a small like mom and pop kind of gym that actually plays heavy metal or something, working out to
The Weeknd, Justin Bieber.
Yeah, good for you, Justin Bieber.
I'm a Justin Bieber fan, but I know you aren't. So
yeah, no, I mean I like the guy. I really, really do. It's just not what I need to hear when I'm trying to hit a PR. So. So you don't need all the latest cable attachments, weight belts, powerlifting shoes, all that stuff like this. But as you do advance in your training, I think that the following items will be really helpful because they've been really helpful to me and are by no means essential to start, but I believe are wise investments as you progress, as your budget allows. So I'm going to share with you 5 tools right now that I use for bodybuilding training. Okay. First one is a high quality weight belt. I use the Inzer Forever Lever powerlifting belt. It's a little over $100, so it's definitely an investment, but it's got a lifetime warranty. It's industry standard. Again, of course, I'm not affiliated with these guys in any way. I wish I was.
Yeah, the lever broke, and they just sent you a new one.
Yeah, because I was, slamming it down after. Whenever I get a PR, I like slam it on the ground, like because I'm like amped that I got a PR, and so enough times doing that, one of the
the thing that you hook into the
one of the hooks snapped off, which is just, I mean, it's steel, but of course it'll do that after that many times of you slamming on the ground. So it snapped off, and so I called the company and told them about it, and they just sent me a new one.
Yeah.
So it's got a lifetime warranty on it, and you can go to
worth the investment.
Inzernet.com, INZERNET.com.
They have like 20 different colors. I have a hot pink one.
Yep. Any color you want, they make them to order. Very, very good company. It's the industry standard for weightlifting belts. Okay. Number 2 out of 5 is wrist straps. And I'm going to throw chalk into this category too. You can use it for pulling movements. Any local good sporting store should have these things. Don't limit your back and your shoulder to your grip strength. Okay. So when you use wrist straps, that helps you to be able to pull, to be able to hit your back, your shoulders, whatever muscle that you're pulling with, and not limit yourself to your forearms, because your forearms are never going to be as strong as your bigger main muscle groups. So as you advance, that's definitely something that's a good investment. Again, just a few bucks. Any local sporting goods store should have them. I would say you can go online and get them, but we like to support small local businesses, right? Mm-hmm. So go find a small local business and support them. Don't limit your back and your shoulders to your grip strength. I already said that. The deltoid desolator. That's one of the reasons that we invented our cable attachment, which you can find on our website, superseclife.com. Save 10% if you book a coaching call. It's a cable attachment that we made that's extra long. That's made out of silicone skulls on the end because it's easy to grab. And so you don't have to grip it hard like you do with the cheap ropes that are there. Or the other cable attachments, you can nail your shoulders, you can nail your back, your lats, your triceps, whatever it is that you're hitting with it. It looks badass, and it's just a fun thing that we're kind of proud of. So that's our latest invention.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yep. Making those things every day still. Taylor hand braids them. All right, and then chalk. I'll put that in the same category too. Same thing. Helps you with your grip strength. It's really, really cheap. Google weightlifting chalk. Any local sporting goods store, like rock climbing stores, these places have chalk. Chalk, you can get addicted to it though. And I'm not even kidding. Like I went through a phase in my lifting. Do you remember that? Where I was literally like I had chalk on every single exercise at the gym. I just felt like I always needed it.
And you had chalk all over your clothes.
Yeah. I mean, chalk addiction is real, but I guess of all the white powders in the world I could be addicted to, chalk isn't necessarily the worst.
That's the one to be addicted to.
Yeah. All right, number 3 is power wraps and knee sleeves. I'm going to categorize both into one because they kind of serve the same purpose. Supports your wrists and your knees respectively. I feel stronger when I use these, and it really helps with joint pain, so you can push yourself harder. Really popular among powerlifters, even for curls too, not just pressing movements. Powerlifting shoes, and I put a question mark next to this because you may or may not need them depending on your genetics. I mean, if you can,
I don't need them. Yeah,
Taylor doesn't need them. If you can squat barefoot, just keep doing that. Why would you buy something really, really expensive that you don't necessarily need? I did buy some because I have long femurs, and so it helps me to get lower. But the Addy Powers, the ones that I got, I mean, they're great shoes, but you know what? I still prefer just barefoot. Even over that, I'll just put a 2x4 underneath my heels. And
a 2x4.
Yeah, that's what I do at home. At the gym, you can stand on weight plates. You see a lot of guys doing that, and there's nothing bad about it. It's not bad form. Like some people genetically, by their bone structure, just don't have the mobility to go down all the way without their heels being elevated. And I happen to be one of those people. Taylor's not. So
I'm also a foot shorter than you, so I think that helps.
Nike makes some good squat shoes too. So yeah, they're still not necessary. All strongest deadlifters, they pull barefoot. All the biggest deadlift records in the world, they're barefoot. So cable attachments. This is my favorite one. Mag grips, maximum advantage grip. Not affiliated with these guys either. Again, wish I was.
Wish we could.
Yeah, MAG, maximum advantage grip. These things are they're brilliant. They nailed the wrist angles. You don't wrap your thumbs all the way around.
The material.
The material, like they're nice and grippy, so that you're not limited by your grip strength. Works wonders on your back. You'll never use a cheap cable attachment again if you have some of these. So if your local gym doesn't have them, you can bring them back and forth into the gym like I did for years. They have 7 different attachments, and I have been using the same
3
for the last couple of years, and I'd literally be making like multiple trips in and out of the gym every time I would hit back just to bring all these things in with me. But these things, both of Taylor and I were bringing them into Gold's and sharing them with our friends and stuff, and everybody was using them. And finally, the owner of Gold's was like, how can I make my gym better? I really, really respect this guy too, because that's the kind of effort that he puts into his gym, and he wants it to be a place where people enjoy working out, and it's not just like another stupid commercial gym. Like it's actually a gym where like he wants to, he wants to create he wants to create a community there, and he's really, really done a great job. Like it's a very motivating place to work out. And so he went and bought a whole bunch of them because he saw how popular they were and how much everybody else liked them. So Mag Grips at Gold's Gym in Hazeldale, Washington, everybody. All right. And then the Deltoid Desolator, of course. we bring these things, our skull cable attachment, into the gym. And I forgot mine yesterday. I was pissed too.
That's the worst.
I know. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was like, man, that's the first thing I used to pump up my triceps and my lats and my rear delts and everything. And I was just like, I had to use all the machines. I was like, this is how everybody else has to work out that doesn't have one of these. Okay. All right. So that is all 7. And now we're going to share 5 solutions to help you problem solve around if finances are holding you back. Then what changes can you make in your budget to make investing into your health a priority? First one is coaching a friend. If you're somebody that's been working out, and if you feel like you're qualified to do this, and if you have some value to share, you don't need to go to school and get a fancy certification or anything to be able to coach somebody. I mean, you can just call up your friend or call somebody that you've been offering advice to and say, hey, I want to take my fitness more seriously. I want to invest into a coach. I want to join this program. I want to do a bodybuilding show. I would be more valuable to you if I did this. Would you be willing to pay me to coach you for what we've been coaching? And they'll say, yeah, okay. How much would that be worth to you? Oh, let them throw out a number. Something's better than nothing. Maybe they'll say $10. Great. It's $10 that you weren't making before.
Yeah.
Maybe you were thinking $20, and they'll go, you know what? I think that your time's worth $50, and you'll go, damn, okay, $50 it is for the training session. I don't know. That's between you and them. But you can totally do that. All right. Number 2 is reducing unnecessary spending. That is pretty obvious, but it's something we've been talking about through this whole show. But just think about anything that you're spending, whether it's Netflix.
We never talk about eating out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, eating out. That's the biggest thing. I mean, most people when they get on a good diet plan, like they just stop going to restaurants. And can you go to restaurants? Yeah, sure. But I think that you'll like just finding peace in the food that you cook and how good it tastes if you do it right.
And knowing that it's done well.
Yeah, and knowing that you did it right, knowing that there's no garbage in it. Yeah. Not have to sit around and pay a whole bunch of money and wait for your food, and they didn't make it right the first time and they brought out the wrong side.
Let alone how much that costs.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We're not fans of eating out. We have kids too, so it's never worth it to go.
No.
All right. And then and negotiate services or trade services with a coach if you're hiring a coach. So like if you like what does your coach do that he needs help with? with our deltoid desolator cable attachments and our dumbbells and our everything that we do that's Skullbellz, our barbells that we're making now, we need a lot of help from a lot of people, and so there's a lot of people that I train and coach, and they give me their time and their expertise in return. Mm-hmm. So like one of our clients, actually our highest paying client, she is training in person with me, which is not cheap. That's like it's for me to have an appointment is for me to be able to coach somebody online. Great, I can do it all day, every day. But to have an appointment to where it's my full undivided attention for an hour, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of attention to really give my best to somebody. And this is something that she already does. And I give her more of this training. We give her more of this training in addition because of all the work that she's been helping us with. But she just did our logo. She just did our she just did our new mold for our new skull. Yeah, she hand sculpted it. I mean, the amount of value that she's been giving us and helping us with Skullbellz has just been everything that we've been praying for. Yeah. So, that kind of stuff. Get creative. Think outside the box. Does your coach do YouTube? Do they do video editing? Do they do social media? Are these anything that you can take some workload off of their shoulder if you can't afford to pay what their program is or what their coaching services are? Can you get creative and figure out how to return the favor? There's a lot of coach-client relationships that are like this. Like our attorney. Every time he asks me, "Hey, thanks for the training session. How much do I owe you?" I'm like, "Just take it off of my bill." So you can get creative in trade services like that. That's pretty common in the world of entrepreneurship that people do that kind of stuff. Okay. Number 4 is making some money on the side. Think about, there were times where to make ends meet, I really wanted, the competition was important to me. It was important to Taylor, and I completely had her full support through doing all this. But there were times where I had to get creative and I had to go find money on the side. We started little side businesses, little side hustles here and there. And I started training
PNW Paleo.
Side. Yeah, we were making meal prep and selling meal prep. And we were going to go all in with that at one point, and until we saw the regulations and the liabilities in regards to being in the food industry, and we were just like, oh heck no.
And the profit margin.
Yeah, and the profit margin too. We were like, yeah, no way. This is not the direction we're being called to go.
DoorDash and Uber Eats and Uber, and there's so many Postmates. I mean, there's so many delivery services that I don't know how much they pay, but they have to be decent.
Yeah. Okay, and then that brings us to the last one, which is being smarter about your supplement spending. So when it comes to caffeine and stimulants and pre-workouts and whatnot, buying, when it comes to like coffee, for example, instead of going out to eat coffee or to drink coffee, make your coffee at home. That's a no-brainer. That goes without saying. I get Monster energy drinks. That's my energy drink of choice, and I like them because they have enough caffeine, but not too much caffeine. They have carnitine. They have taurine. It's actually a really good product, and so we get those in bulk at Costco. They're just like a little over $1 each. When you do the math, you can go a long way with a good pre-workout like Total War from Redcon 1. They have a good pre-workout. We use PSP, which is called a physique stimulating pre-workout. It has no caffeine in it, and it's the best pump formula that I've ever had. Lemonade flavor, that's the best. It's on our website. It's called PSP Physique Stimulating Pre-Workout. Super good pump formula. And then when it comes to protein, buying in bulk, get the biggest tub that you can. Get a good whey protein isolate at Costco. We have iso powder too. Again, we were talking about these on our website. 10% off of all of our supplements if you are a client. That's pretty much a wrap. You have anything else you want to add, babe?
No.
Cool. All right.
There's ways to make it work.
Yeah, if you want it bad enough, you can make it work.
Yeah.
Yep. We've had to do it, and you can
many
do it
times.
Too. So any way that we can help, reach out to us on Instagram at Colt Milton, COLTMILTON. If you like this episode, please share it. Please leave a review. Think of somebody that you think that it could help, that it could add value to, and share. That's how we are growing this podcast organically. 56 episodes in, going strong, one every week, and we're going to keep cranking them out, and we're not going to stop anytime soon. Yep. So appreciate all of our listeners. We love you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for everything.
Yeah, thanks for listening all the way through, and catch you on the next episode.
Yep.
Okay, bye-bye.